Great Falls. Right here, we're at the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center. Now, what's the difference between an interpretive center and a museum? No idea. I mean, this is on the Lewis and Clark Trail, so I assume it has something to do with something. What happened? Apparently they used iron boats. Where are they now? Probably rusted away. Here it is. Hey, look at the bison. Falls of Missouri now. This is why it's called Great Falls. Great Falls of Missouri, the Ryan Dam, 1915. Remains undammed today. Oh. Rainbow Falls. Dam. Black Eagle Falls. And that's where all the falls are. Here's the exact route. St. Louis, Kansas City, Sioux City, North Dakota, I went up through Bismarck. You are here. Yeah, I was just there. See here. Blue was the route out, route back.
Oh, yeah.
1803. This is central. Here are the gifts.
How much gear did the explorers take? 3 vans full of
Best young men to explore Missouri, preferably unmarried. Considering getting too close. Preferably men who won't be missed. Temporary cruise signs on. Halifax with about 3 1/4 boats. Lakota didn't want to go because they had the trade monopoly between upstream and the white people. show respect. You will stand in the right of the door until you are invited to sit down. When you are offered food, you will eat everything or take it home. Curiosity becomes friendship.
Yeah.
Incredible daily habits of the people. Seeds of grass.
Mom, he's small for a person.
Yeah, because
Daddy, I want to touch
Buffalo. Plentiful game of the rim. Immense herds of buffalo, deer, no. Extinction nearly avoided. Yeah, I know. I was at the buffalo mirror. Great community of the plains. Not really buffalo. Those are just some of the animals they saw. Grizzly bear.
Yeah, baby.
And the goat. Doo-doo-doo. Miles per day. How do you measure it?
Well, let's look around. Yeah.
Look at something right here. I saw a nighthawk. That's the same bird we saw.
what's
It's a
it?
nighthawk.
Really? We
I
saw
saw
that?
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we saw this.
Australian there. Okay. Going against the current. I hear they're in the uncharted. What they couldn't figure out from a lot of the Indians. What the Indians actually know. Slashing gear, hide supplies. Hiding supplies for a return trip. Dig them down.
Buddy, look.
Oh, look at that. Look.
Naming the game.
What's this?
Bull snake. Burrowing dog, coyote.
Yeah, what's that?
Goat or cabra. Antelope. Elk. One common bone species. Great tailed fox. Mountain trout. Cutthroat toad.
There's some answers right here.
Polecat. Skunk. Bald eagle. Birds, 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 birds. Mountain lion. Gray wolf. Grizzly bear.
So look, games. Horn spoon.
Tiger cat.
Cubs powder.
Bobcat.
And this is
Phoenix.
counting stick.
Marmot. Mountain holly.
A fly swatter.
What white gold?
Fly swatter. Tail. Sewn onto a stick.
Moose. That'd be a shock to them when they saw a moose. Grizzly bear, female. Counting sticks. Who's
Mom, it's killed in the face. Yeah. I like that. I said, I like the cat. I said, that has. What's that smell, Mom? Mom, I need something to write on.
Just kneel down on the ground.
turn the boat?
Hey, did you see the bobcat?
Zero mountains. River looks like the Missouri and is rough and muddy, Pierce.
Thaddeus. Come here, come here. What's this? Switch. Here, look at this.
What? Personal gear, knives, rope. Legs.
So it takes 5 steps.
A tiger's chain to measure distance every step of the way. Oh yeah, sextant, show where you were. Octant, yeah. Moment, time. Just- yeah, they had to keep track of where they were. That would really suck to have to do. There's the river itself. They came right up this.
Mom, we need to go in there. There's more Indian language things.
Where?
In there.
How's it going, Peppy?
Well, I haven't gotten
Sacagawea.
So we
She was the woman, the wife of one of the expedition goers. They got lucky in the fact that she came because she meets her brother when they get into some trouble. Falls are Indian landmarks. Time to rest and prepare for the trek ahead. Next week spent both Independence Day and the end of the blooming portrait with the party. They drank the last of their grog, danced until they had a great shower, then ended the fun. Next 2 weeks the men worked. You're expecting to find less game in the mountains. Some men were assigned to dry buffalo meat, 600 pounds. Yeah, this is the section where they're setting off over the iron boat fails. Experiment a bitter disappointment. First load the portage crew with iron boat frame. His original plan was to assemble an experiment. He was to float down the Columbia. He was not. This is because he was not expecting to have to cross across the Rocky Mountains. They alleged canoes around the falls, selected groups, iron boat, lashed branches. Those expected, he expected a lot easier way. He expected to be able to do, be on water most of the time. But when he realized that he had to go over mountains, everything came to an end. 8 heavy-laden canoes launched into the Missouri River on July 15th, 1805. To lighten the load, the captains and others walked on shore. Disappointed, uncertain, and fatigued took heavy toll as the expedition moved on coming weeks. We began to feel considerable anxiety. Through the gates, the corporal left plans to approach the timber. Clark, 17 purple spines from his mucks. A few days, the captains reunited the river, and still no Indians. Sacagawea assured them they Three Forks, but they were not far ahead. The men pushed the limits of their turns, pulling and towing, because they needed horses to get over the mountain to make this easier, because they were getting into the bustling pans, big sky country. The Great Plains are big, very big, and the falls are just one spot in a huge expanse. The Northern Plains Indians did not usually cross the falls. Near midsummer, tries to follow seasonal patterns and movements of the game, obviously. So they weren't there. So then 1805, to begin field concern with respect to Snake Shogun Indians. We did not find them in the ocean. Crips came across. Huh? Oh, distant prairie fires. Second line. Although she was only a child when she was abducted, Sacagawea recognized some of her homeland. Remembers beavers, rocks, head. She recalled her capture.
How do we get out of this cage?
How do we get out of this cage? Come with.
Attentions to tears of joy. When they finally did meet Indians, they were confronted by 60 warriors who came nearly at full speed, armed for attack. He dropped his gun. Women showed their gifts. Broke. Heavy hugs. When basically it came down to negotiate with them, things weren't going well, and Sacagawea recognizes her brother. English.
Happy. Jossie, where's your brother?
He's about to go for dinner.
Come here. No.
Brr, 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 brr.
Hey, Happy.
War
watch.
shield.
Look at this.
Tippy bag.
So, this is how they had to get horses. English to French.
And here they get to the point where they look out and they see the Rocky Mountains and they're like, oh crap, that easy route is not there.
Thaddeus ran that way.
Thaddeus.
He ran.
He's coming.
This was the land of the whatever. These people live comfortably on a bitter root, can't reach fish, deer, elk, and bison. Mountains to hunt bison.
Hey, come here, son.
There was no illness, this is bullshit. Bitterroot Mountains. Bitterroot Mountains, Tessistan.
You need to hold my hand. You need to.
Find a navigable waterway. They never found a navigable waterway across. I hoped there would be, but then unfortunately the Rocky Mountains said no, crisscrossing the high country. Their traces route show the Missouri and see how they struggle to find a navigable source to the Columbia River, which they knew was there at some point. Downriver to the Pacific. And once, the whole area is symbolic of going over the Continental Divide. It's 100 feet long. The Nez Perce lived in portable houses. Nez Perce also had never seen a white person. Advance, they were finding the Nez Perce camps. Sun changes the diet from buffalo and elk and deer meat in Missouri to almost nothing over the Louisville Trail to roots of oily fish and a disastrous man. Wait until they even try some of the food nowadays. Nez Perce, a possible origin of the name. Nez Perce today says their answer is too simply mean the people. Former captive slave expedition. Yeah, I think it was the Nez Perce. They happened to wondering if they should attack them or what they should do, and they happened to have a woman there who was saved by white people because she was captured by a former tribe. She said, no, they were good to me. They were good people. Indigenous tools. Paddle, stone pelt, digging sticks, fish trap, buckskin leggings, fish harpoon, Jupiter bark baskets. Dangerous rapids, dogged. Return to river travel. Finally found the Snake River and the Columbia. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it must be interesting going from eating buffalo to roots. Bumps, and you've got these three tribes known as the Coons. It's okay. Once they got to here, it turned out that these people had contact with traders who were going up the west coast. So they bumped into French, English, and American boats. They were just surprised the direction they were coming. Dying out of the Dalles. The Indians would help themselves, and they thought it was like, oh, this is our feed. We can take it whenever we want. There's a cultural difference. Land of the Columbia River. The Dallas Trading Center for the Northwest. This was a big hodgepodge, and they actually stayed here for like a winter before they head out to finally get to the ocean. They were mostly welcomed, although, you know, I guess apparently theft was quite common. Winter at Fort Clatsop. This is basically, they've gotten to the West Coast, so bittersweet achievement. Great Joy Camp, there's view of the ocean, which they've been so long, and rotten. They were kind of hoping that when they set up camp, that at some point a ship would come by that they could like get help from, like an American, like or British or something like that. And nothing came by. Yes, they were tense with the Indian relations because you know, lack of trust. They also, I guess.
Good morning. The Center's film, Benefit of the Core Discovery, will start in the theater in approximately 5 minutes. You may enter the theater from the lobby or from
Heading home.
the lower exhibit level. Enjoy the show.
Providing to explore more. Indians trade for medicines, medical skills. To the Great Falls. Lewis and Clark took separate routes on the way home in order to explore more of the territory. Just because they knew it and they had a little bit more more help. And they were more smart, a little more versed into it. So why not? Bolt's native. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Clark returns to Three Forks. Sashikuya suggests routes, 50 horses, 20 people left for a trip to Three Forks. The Sashikuya also recommended a good route to the Yellowstone River, quite likely. Now, the problem with they went to Three Forks is they happened to go through Crow territory, and Crow thought it was like good of them to steal the horses, so he lost all his horses pretty damn quick. Oh yeah, I was there. Cache reopened. Trainer is not always safe. Cache is reopened. Most likely the depthness had rotted and infested plants. Traveling the Pacific, this was required what he had seen. Mystery and lack of records cloaked the fate of many. Favorite report President Jefferson, who spent 3 years embroiled in politics, blah, 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 blah. Huh. She died at nearly 100 years of age. Sacagawea. Few documents remain. It took an act of Congress. Well, this is a copy of the map that he made of their travels. Lake Superior, the Missouri River. Mapping legacy. Well, he added to it. Still a whole lot of blank. I mean, that's North America. That's before he did it. That's I mean, obviously there's some problems there. The Great Competition Blade. Some of the species that he said: beaver skull, Canis, corn. badger pelt. What's this? Oh, Mana Indian robe. I'm guessing that's buffalo. Yep, buffalo, earliest document examples of 1797. Picasso, they were not. Lewis and Clark eyewitness report, enduring record of Indian life. Since they were told to document as much as possible, yeah. Let's not go that far. We met at the Centennial. Huh. They had a Centennial celebration. And the bicentennial, 2004. Huh. Oh, obviously, portraits of what was done. They did say they saw a lot of buffalo. Ooh, the National Interpretive. So it makes it an interpretive center instead of a museum? I don't really know. You are here. Lewis and Claude Nature Walk. Well, it's right near a river camp, apparently. Let's go see it. A place where they camped on the river. Now, this isn't Great Falls. Great Falls is named because there's 4 waterfalls here. And Lewis and Clark. There's the Great Falls that's just down there, and there's a successive one. All but 3 are dammed up. Well, why would you dam them up? Well, besides the obvious reasons, hydroelectric power. Well, we'll see. Where's this? You can see it. This is the Missouri River. Do. Feast for men and bears. Beast. Look at it. That's a very nice view. Huge bison herds once crossed the river above the falls, just upstream, crowded ashore, where jostled the currents swept over the falls. Okay, so up, yeah, they would. So up there you can basically see one of the falls that's dammed up. Down there, there's another. But what it was is that buffalo herds would cross these. And if you were too weak or whatever, fall over the falls, die, wash up on the shore, and bears, wolves, whatever would eat you up. Do. It's still part of the Interpretive Center. Yep, Rocky Roadside. What's up with the dog? What up, dog? Huh. This is the dog that went on. It was a Newfoundland. Big dog. Swimming dog. Cactus. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Just go down to that walkway. Okay. The presenter. I mean, obviously they use this for something, but right around the rock is a muskrat. Forget what those things are called. It's a muskrat. I'm not going to bug you. No. And he's down. Eagle. As you can see here, one of the falls. This is the uppermost falls of Great Falls of the Missouri, of the Great Falls region of Missouri. This right here. Obviously, they have it dammed up now so they can control it. The other 4 are that way. There's a grand total of 5. I might have said 4 before. Grand total of 5. I believe there's only one falls that isn't dammed up now. So this is just one of the 5. To see the other 4, obviously you got to travel down. I guess to see the best of it, you have to go across that bridge way in the distance and then travel on down. But I don't know. This is kind of good enough for me. It's nice. I mean, this put a real kink in Lewis and Clark's expedition because they thought they just had to traverse 1 falls, and then it turned out 5, so they had to do something like 18 miles of carrying their boats over land, which took them like, they thought would be a day, took them a month. And right here in Great Falls,